we've talked before about having this unstructured time, having white space in your day as a part of self-care. And I'd love for you to just talk about that a little bit. What is that about? Why is it important? What does it look like? Because I think, especially in the Bay Area where you are, where I was, where a lot of these women are, it's very common to have a completely stacked day where you have no unstructured time. So
yeah, I mean, that's really a prescription for losing yourself. If you have no unstructured time, we need those gaps, particularly doing things that are sort of low to medium intensity movement, physical movement, and contemplation. Those are prime areas when we do a lot of emotional and intellectual integration. So that's when we have those spaces where we can go for a walk or do a little bit of yoga or sit quietly or whatever it is that's our jam, where there's a sense of nothingness or we're uncoupled from being useful. We're actually totally useless. It's in those spaces that we start to integrate and make sense of our day, make sense of our world, or make sense of what it is that we're doing and whether it's actually in service to our greater purpose. There's I love the podcast Hidden Brain.
I don't know that one.
It's great. And they did one of their episodes was about us having a sense of purpose in life. And that when you have a sense of purpose, it's different than having goals, but it's an overarching sense of why you're doing what you're doing each day. I think that sense of purpose can solidify and arrive in those white spaces. And then that can be kind of the way we orient or evaluate the actual things we're doing, whether they make sense to us or not.
Yeah. And just really, one of the things we talked about earlier was paying attention to what we like and what we don't like, and moving towards things that we like, and not putting a judgment on doing that. Saying, like today, I talk about white space. I had a break in the middle of my day, and I really wanted to go buy plants. I love plants. And I just thought, okay, I'm gonna go buy plants. And I bought a couple of plants and I brought them home for no, real purpose, except I want beauty. And today, a couple of times, I walked out of my office and I went to go make some tea or whatever, and I saw my new plant, and it just gave me so much joy and happiness. And these are like these micro moments of self-care where you give yourself actually what you want. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It's just these little things that allow you to feel that joy and allow you to feel connected to yourself. And that is actually important to do. Yeah.
It's important. Absolutely.